Hello.
Hello, everyone.
I'm Grissel.
And yo soy Marysol.
And you're listening to Mental Margarita, where we come together once a week to unwind, get everything out of our minds that we've been going over and struggling with for the past week and releasing it into the universe and away from us. And we do it over margarita, but since this is our first time, we thought it'd be better to do it with some coffee. So, hi everyone.
Hi.
I'm Grissel, like I said.
And my name is Marysol again.
And a little bit about us. We're cousins. We wanted to create a podcast where we could just talk freely about stuff that's on our minds. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world today, and we want to get it out there, and hopefully that kind of frees up some space in our own head, but also maybe you guys can participate by sending us emails on topics you want us to discuss, or maybe put your input into something that we've talked about. Our email is mentalmarg@yahoo.com. You can also reach out to us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. I'll be posting those links later because I've only created one of them. And Instagram is the only one we have right now. Mental Margarita Podcast. All one word. What?
Like coffee.
Her water. Marysol doesn't like coffee. We were just talking about that.
I just had a cup of chaga coffee, and it was interesting, but I think I'll pass.
It was very earthy. She gave me a little bit to try. Yeah. But now you got to wash it down, don't you?
Yeah, I have to wash it down. That sandwich helped.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so.
I love coffee. Yeah. You see me drinking coffee all hours of the day. But
gives me the jitters.
If I get to that point, then I have to cut myself.
I can't do it, man. It's like, I love the smell, but that's it.
Well, I'll be sure I breathe heavy H's towards you.
Oh, thank you. I love it.
So, what's been on your mind, cousin?
Nothing, just getting the kids back to school, trying to get in the flow of things from winter break. Thank goodness no one got sick this break, but it's been nice. It was a good break.
There's been a lot of people that have been getting sick. I think everyone at my work is sick right now. I've been in twice, and luckily I'm okay, but I've had a lingering cough from like when I got sick back in like October.
Eesh. I haven't really gotten sick. I know. I've been trying to do like good with my diet, trying new herbal remedies, and
honestly, I think that's what it is. Like when you start doing good with your body, like I drink a lot of water now. I drink like 4 of those.
That's good.
4 of these. I won't show the logo, or like 2 of my big 40 ounces a day, and I work out. And ever since then, and like what I'm putting into my body, like ever since I started noticing, like focusing on that, like I've noticed I haven't gotten as sick as I used to.
Yeah, I'm not too big on like how much water I drink. Now it's more so just kind of when I feel my mouth getting a little more dry, I go for my water. But I have been focusing on movement, and I feel like movement has a lot to do with it, because I notice when I'm more stagnant, everything just kind of get stuck, and that's when I start getting like stuffy nose. I don't know.
Don't we like carry toxins? Like, isn't that what like massages are supposed to also release?
Yeah, we do.
With movement, like aren't we naturally releasing all of these bad things in our bodies?
Yep. That's what it is. So get up, move, shake your booty.
PSA from Mental Margarita. I've been stuck on these fires. So, for those of you who don't know, LA is burning right now. We have I think the count is up to 5 now, 5 fires.
Wow.
There's been, the last time I checked, there was a body count of 5 people also confirmed dead because of the fires. And luckily, no firefighters have lost their lives yet, but thousands of people have lost their homes. The Pacific Palisades are completely burned down, basically. Wow. Like I don't know if you've seen pictures of that.
Yeah, it's pretty scary.
It looks like a bomb went off, like in the aftermath. I
wonder what, I don't know. There's just too many theories out there what started them, and I hate going down the rabbit hole. Like,
yeah, I won't look at any of that stuff anymore until like the facts are out. And one thing I did hear is like the Pacific Palisades one started with like a house fire.
Oh, okay.
So it kind of alleviates a lot of this was on purpose, you know,
my gosh.
turned on by.
Have you heard? Okay, I'm not. I said I don't like going down the rabbit hole, but I'm gonna throw something out. Have
it.
you heard of the smart cities that they're trying to implement, like all around the world?
No.
So supposedly, there's these things. It's like a project going on. Supposedly, it started, you know, in Hawaii with the whole fires there. That they're trying to like build these cities from like I don't know if they're like AI generated or like what's going on, but it obviously would cost a lot more to like demolish the homes and build them up again. Okay. So I don't know, man. I hope it wasn't that.
I'm glad you said that, because the other day I was talking to Frost about like why potential, you know, like why this could have happened if it was on purpose. And one thing I came up with was we have the Olympics here in a couple of years.
Yeah.
And LA was trash. Like we all know there was
infrastructure.
Yeah. I mean, Pacific Palisades wasn't. Malibu wasn't, you know, but there was areas that were, and I don't know if they're going to use like federal money now to put that towards all
when
of
are
the
the
LA
Olympics
city.
In 2000?
It's every 4 years, so we had one in 2024, so 2028. Yeah. So my guess,
I hope that is messed up.
That they did that to rebuild it into something nicer, but they're choosing the like more affluent areas, which kind of got me like, well, maybe not, because those places are already
What
nice.
about the whole thing? I don't know if you heard of that, where they canceled the fire insurance, that home insurance that covers like what
for California. That? So in California, you have to make sure that if you get home insurance or renter's insurance, that you know what you're covered for, because a lot of places here will not cover you for earthquake damage. Or
that is messed up. Why?
Yeah. Or fire damage now that they know that there's a bunch of wildfires.
And this supposedly ended last year. A lot of people were saying, that their fire insurance got canceled.
Yeah, there was a lot of different changes in insurance. I know that for a fact because I got a new car out like 2 years ago, and I didn't put automatic payment for my insurance on my car, and I was like a day late in paying it, and they canceled it.
Ooh.
And I've had that insurance for years. So I called them and I was like, what's going on? Like, I was a day late. I was paying it and like, you guys canceled it. And they're like, there's a new law in California. If you don't pay it on time, we cancel you and you can't get another account with us. So I had to go find a new account. And basically, like, that's one of the changes. Like, but that goes along with, like, everything they took out, like the fire damage, structural damage due to earthquake. There's a bunch of other clauses, too.
That's messed up.
And a lot of people don't know because nobody really advertised it. Like,
I hope they find shelter soon and everything goes back to normal.
Luckily,
yeah, right. It's
there's
not gonna
a lot of places that they can reach out. There's a lot of shelters. One of the nice, like, I hate to say this because it's in the wake of tragedy, but one of the nicest things to see during this time is how the community all got together. Because instantly, I started seeing people saying that they went over there to help move cars, to help knock on doors, to get people out,
that's awesome.
Like, there's a bunch, like, I can't go on my social media and not see one thing about somebody helping out or posting about it, you know? So it's nice that at least here in California or in Southern California, we kind of have each other's backs, you know, with things that go on. I hope that the people that are in these neighborhoods see that, because they are more affluent, and like when things go awry in other neighborhoods that are not their own, that they also participate. Yeah. You know, because everybody's kind of come together for them and for these communities that were affected. I don't know. I thought it was really nice. It brought a tear to my eye. I'm looking for a place to volunteer. Yeah. That's kind of been what's been on my mind.
But I've also heard some crazy things happening in
what?
LA. Like they've had like retenes with ICE, Border Patrol. Yeah.
They're taking this opportunity to round up people.
That's so messed up.
In Bakersfield, I saw like a convoy.
I've heard of South
ICE.
Central. Huntington Park.
No.
Yes. That's messed up.
Could it be a distraction?
I don't know. I have no idea what's going on, but it's something sus.
I mean, it just sucks that when there's something like this where it should rally the community, that some of that community is like being taken away and that the federal government is taking advantage of the situation.
Yeah.
Because we know that California is not the current president-elect's favorite place on the earth, that they would actually do this in the wake of all this tragedy. So I don't know. It's time to protect ourselves, come together as a community, like we have been doing, and show that California is just a different breed.
It is. No, yeah, everyone's pretty united here, and we don't want to deal with that. We don't like hate. We don't like division.
It sucks to say, because like there are people that are turning more towards, I don't even want to call it conservatism, because it's not conservatism. It's hidden hate behind conservative values is what I'm gonna call it, and we see a lot of that here in the US too, in California too, but at the same time, like, I don't feel that everybody is divided, like you said. Like, we're still very much, oh, you're a Californian? Okay. Like, we're going to come and help you out. We're going to be here for you, blah, 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 blah,
Canada. Canada has sent, what are they called?
Their bombers?
Their bomber planes. Wow.
To help with the wildfires. That's great. So has Mexico.
Mexico has even sent troops,
firefighters over through helicopter. They also brought bombers. Despite all the rhetoric against Mexico, despite all of this back and forth with Canada, they've been our allies in this. It's crazy. It's nice. I don't know. That's what it should be, in my opinion. I don't know why we are kind of devolving to these prehistoric measures of us versus them.
I know.
Because we should be far beyond that, and it's sad to say that we're not.
It's just too many things going on that...
Like,
what do we focus on? Like, how do we help everyone? We can't. We have to start somewhere.
So funny that you mentioned that. Because in looking for all these volunteer opportunities, I actually wrote down other resources. In looking for somewhere to like help out, I noticed that there's a lack of like a place to go to find out how you can help. You have to go to individual pages and see if they need help, and then all of this stuff. But it'd be nice to have a resource where people could come, maybe just start locally. And we live in Ontario. The IE spread out to Southern California if you want, but have a place where it mentions the different areas, the different programs where you can help. It's simple, like a website that just says, you want to volunteer? Click here. Here's the different places you can help. This is what they're about. This is what you can bring if you want to bring something, or this is just like the time you could spend.
Structure.
Yeah.
Like maybe, We've actually, we went to volunteer a couple years ago to... It was at the border with a lot of...
Sin Fronteras.
Oh, that's right.
Sin Fronteras.
Shout out to Sin Fronteras for all the work they do.
They're amazing. They really are. And if you ever have the chance to go down towards, the Mexican border in California, it was like between California and Arizona. Actually, it was kind of far. Jacumba, yeah. Please do so. They do need help. Funds is what they obviously need most of, but they feed all of the people in the open air sites out there waiting to get their dates to renew their visas or things like that. And they have them just camping out in the desert. So if you can go help them feed everybody there. You can bring supplies if you'd like. You can help disperse the supplies if you'd like, but they do need funding.
Yeah, it was a totally different world out there. I was just in awe. Like on our way back, I was just like, what did we just witness? It was pretty intense.
What did you feel?
I don't know. I just felt like ¿cómo se dice? I don't know. I couldn't do much. I felt like I didn't do anything, honestly.
Because it's never enough.
Right? Like, I felt like we went, we helped out as much as we could. We made some sandwiches, but it was just like, going back to our normal lives and just thinking about those people living outside in these tents, if you can call them that. You know, some people didn't even. Yeah, it was just so sad. And
it's nuts because, when you go and you actually look at the people that are affected that you're helping, like, it's never enough. It feels like it's never enough. I've like collected clothes and I've taken them to TJ for all of the refugees from Haiti and like the people from Honduras and stuff, and like giving them out there too. And it just feels like it's not enough. Like, you're giving them clothes, you're putting like a jacket on their back or whatever, but it feels like you want to do so much more.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? And if you don't have the resources, that's kind of hard to do. But you can always spread the word. You can always share these causes, talk about them, you know, show people why they're important, and maybe they can contribute to that help that you feel like you lack a little bit, you know?
You're right.
It's very important to share all of this stuff, which is why I'm sorry I bombard everybody with my political bullshit on Instagram, but it's important.
Yes. Helping out is important. We have to do the best we can for our neighbors, everyone around us. Some people would do the same for us if we needed it.
I would like to hope so, you know? And if not, then I feel truly blessed that maybe it's because we've thought about other people that we've never had to see those circumstances, you know?
Yeah, and like we grew up pretty united with like our family. Our family was always there together. Like, you know, someone needed a hand, everyone would just, okay, well, who can do it?
Pitch in,
do this.
For this, pitch in for that. True.
I think that's just a more of our culture thing, you know. Well, I don't know. What do you think? You think everyone has it like that? Maybe some people don't.
I think everybody's capable of giving that, you know? But maybe they haven't seen that in their life, you know? Sometimes you don't know what to do if you have never seen an example of it.
Yeah,
you
you're
know?
right.
So it's also important to invite people to things like this and have them see firsthand how they can help or where help is needed.
I've actually wanted to start something like that with my kids' school.
Do it. I'm all for it.
Do something like start with the kids, having them do little like environmental projects, like maybe a cleanup day, and then from there kind of see what everyone, you know, where they're working at, where they're at. But I don't know where exactly. Maybe that's a cleanup day, huh?
Yeah, that's a good idea because I mean, global warming, duh. You know, it teaches the kids that, you know, taking care of your environment is important, that your community is important, that you should take pride in your community, and that community is about people coming together anyway. So that would be like a good the social project, I guess.
I'm going to do it. I have to do it.
How is it? So you're involved in the school a lot. So are programs like that where parents could come and just present an idea and get it approved? Is that a fairly easy process? Or?
You have to show up to the site councils, and you know, you can pitch it to them, and if there's enough like teachers that, you know, want to back you up, I mean, it could happen maybe like within the next couple months, but it just has to be enough where like enough parents want to be involved, or like enough, you know, kids are involved. They have to like vote for it type of thing, you know. But like I said, I was thinking more, not even like with the school. I was just outside with some of my with my kids' friends and like their parents, just people I know.
I mean,
start there, and then
it starts at home.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it could be cool,
and
like a little neighborhood thing. You guys go around your neighborhood or whatever. Well, I'm not from that neighborhood, but I'll be glad to.
Oh, thank you.
To go.
More than welcome.
And to volunteer my neighborhood, because you've seen where I live, and we need a little bit of help here.
Oh, okay. I'll bring them along.
I volunteer as tribute.
Okay. Too many ideas. You know, we just got to put them to practice.
We do. They have to stop being just ideas.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the year where
it is.
It's
going to happen. It's happening now, actually. This podcast, I've actually pushed it away a couple times. I'm like, no, and then Grissel's like, no, you do you have to, when are we doing it? I don't know. You know what it is? I think it's just me being shy and
you being shy. I'm sorry, but to anyone that knows this girl, she's not. No, shy is not how they would ever describe you.
Why are you gonna put me like that?
I'm not gonna say what you've done.
What have I done?
But the implications are there. No.
I'm a mother now. I am a shy lady.
I've seen you do things as a mother. Don't come at me.
Oh.
Don't
okay.
make me pull
All
out
right,
receipts.
okay. No. You don't have receipts. Prove it.
I can call 3 people right now that will tell me the same story about you if I ask them. Anyway.
All right.
Well, I hope that you stop being shy.
Oh,
I feel
it's just
like
me coming out of my shell again.
So I've done a podcast before, and I know how, one, important, but two, like, just mentally healing it is to get your ideas out there and to not have all of this bunch of ideas. There's a bunch of stuff that, you know, is just like living in our heads.
Yeah.
And to have a space to actually just put that out there. My opinion's not final word. People may not agree with me, and that's okay. Like, people that are listening now might be like, shut up, and that's okay. Turn the freaking podcast channel. Like, I don't know what to tell you, because it is important to be heard. It is important to get your ideas out there, and not just hearing. By dialogue, you're able to also like get feedback back. Like right now we're having a conversation. The reason I didn't want to do this alone is because I feel like without dialogue, just getting your ideas out there doesn't benefit in any way. It doesn't benefit the people hearing because they're being lectured to. They might learn a thing or two, maybe, hopefully. But if not, you're not benefiting anything from just having a conversation with yourself, you know? It's about dialogue. And if I throw something at you and you have a different opinion, you throw it back at me, like, that's something for me to take in as well. And maybe something I never thought of, that will get me thinking new ideas or progressing on the ideas that I had before. And that's important. True. Like,
very true.
People aren't mind readers. We have to be able to learn to communicate, and it's hard for me. Like, I told you, like, I stopped drinking because I felt like my memory was just like I would be in the middle of trying to get my point across, and I'd forget what the fuck I was saying. And I'd like try to end it like in a way that nobody knew. Like, yeah, okay, you know what I mean, But my point had gone out the window. Yeah,
no, I get it. It's definitely hard. Well, to me, I feel like after I had kids, that's how my mind is. It's always scattered. It's always this, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, And so it's like finding myself again to what I like and what I'm, what I want to do, my own projects, not just my kids.
And who you are as a person.
Exactly.
And that's why I wanted you to do this, too. Because, I get that this is going to be a space for you, too. Like, it's our space,
Thank you for inviting me to do this.
Of course.
It's difficult, but
we can do it.
I'm taking on the task to try. to try new things. 2025. Try new things.
Try new things. Action.
Like that chaga coffee I had earlier. Tastes a little like dirt.
¿Te echaste un pedo yet?
Not yet. I'll let you know when it's coming so you can turn around.
She said it was earthy, so
yeah.
We feel like it's coming.
It's coming. So if you feel a little rumbling.
Speaking of...
It's not an earthquake.
Good, because I have no insurance for that. Maybe pedo is covered under the insurance.
What about chaga?
Since we were speaking about chaga, like, I kind of want to get into that a little bit. Like, what we do for ourselves. Because, like, okay, like I explained to you, like, I try not to drink as much anymore, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like my memory's kind of getting better. Like, my thought process is becoming a lot clearer. And I didn't realize how much your brain is truly affected by alcohol, until I gave it up. And then I drank again and I was like, oh my God, I feel so like foggy. I've never felt this.
Yeah.
But I had been somebody that drank every weekend, if not like every so often, like every other day or whatever. It was every weekend at least, And now that I'm like trying to stay away from it, I mean, I still drink, but like not to that extent. Like I have like a drink once a month, maybe,
Yeah.
I see the difference. And so you were telling me about like you were taking stuff to try and help with that, with your mental processes.
So what I've been trying to do, I always like to dabble here and there with little herbal remedies. Right now, I'm taking this thing called lion's mane.
Okay.
Supposedly, it helps with brain cell regrowth, and hopefully, man, because over the years, I don't know what's been going on, but I actually do feel like my mind is a little more clear. It's a little more focused. Before I would just zone out into the distance.
I remember that. I'd be like, you'd be like,
yeah. Interesting topic. I don't know what you just said. Yeah, but it's actually I have been more focused. I feel like it's helped a little. Okay. It's only like week 2, but I have noticed. Nice. Yeah, I have noticed a difference.
Where do you get these?
I mean, they sell it everywhere. I got mine at Sprouts. Okay. Yeah, so they have a lot of selection there.
I'm gonna look more into it because this year is about, I think, me healing myself completely. Yeah.
I mean, I think just in general, every year you kind of want to do a little more for yourself and keep trying to get better.
So last year, I feel like I did a lot of shadow work. Do you know what that is?
No, what is it?
So when you have, everybody has a past, but when you have, I guess, past traumas or issues that contribute to your life now, you kind of have to regress back to those states and work those out before you can continue to build again from that point on.
I think that's I think everyone has to always kind of go back and think about your actions or why you think a certain way.
But that's the thing, like,
why you get triggered by certain little things.
A lot of people don't do that journey because it's hard to go to revisit some of those things.
True. It's definitely true.
It's really hard. So a lot of people say like, no, we want to start from here and try to do which you can. I mean,
you can, but it's always gonna come down to that.
It's always gonna live in you.
Yeah.
And you're always gonna have that pain or whatever. You have to heal that pain. You know?
Oh, for sure.
And so last year I focused a lot on that. Like I wanted to make sure that, okay, let me travel back to mentally this time. What did I need? What was I missing? What can I give that to myself now, Mm-hmm. And I learned a lot about myself, and I've learned to love myself a lot more. I've learned, I think I just became a mature person, if I can say that. Like an adult. Like I even had a conversation with you a while back where I was like, I feel now mentally where I always thought I was going to be as an adult, And I think that had to do a lot with finding myself, like searching, like, who am I, going into like, all right, my actions are like this. Do I want them to be like that? Who am I as a person? What do I need to change? Blah, 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 blah. So I did all of that. But this year I want to do like the rest of the healing, basically.
You know what? I think it's an ongoing journey though. Like it's always like, oh, why did I react that way? So you always have to kind of go back and think, maybe that wasn't the right approach to things. And it's just a continuous thing. You have to keep...
I agree.
Finding yourself. It's an ongoing process, I think.
So...
because for me, I feel like we're never the same person. We're always growing. We're always like liking new things and, trying new things. Yeah, I don't know.
That's why I'm like... But think about it this way. Like... I felt stuck for a long time as the same person. I even told you, like, I feel like I'm 17, and I was like 27, which meant that for some reason I felt stuck in that age, something about like my time between then and now wasn't significant for me,
Okay, I see what you're talking about now.
And so I needed to figure out why, like what's making me feel stuck. And there was a lot of emotional stuff I feel like I had to deal with that I never dealt with, So last year was all about emotional healing for me. This year, I want physical, like my brain. I want to fix, whatever's going on there.
That's part of it. If you're not physically healthy, if you don't feel good physically, you're going to be stuck in all these emotions and like all these, all depressed, anxiety kicks in. And so I think you have to start with physical to get better mentally.
I think you need to start with emotional.
Really?
To be honest.
Oh, okay.
So you also know I suffered from anxiety attacks a while ago.
Yeah.
And I haven't gotten a single one since I started working on myself emotionally.
That's good.
And I feel like I could have never gotten to the point where I'm at now, where like I wake up early, I go for a walk or a run or whatever. I do exercise, whatever I need to do. Like I couldn't have done that with my anxiety attacks. I couldn't have done that just like I couldn't even have gotten up. Like, I would have felt like a lack of breath. Like, that was my thing for me. Like, I felt like I never had enough oxygen when I got anxiety attacks, you know? So.
That's scary.
I feel in a lot better place emotionally, spiritually.
I don't think I've ever had, like, I think there was a point in my life. I feel like I already knew that I had to get up. I had to do this. I had to, you know, in order to feel better. Mm-hmm. And it's usually that. I know I have to start moving. I have to start moving my body. And
so physical.
Physical. That's my thing.
For yours is you have to
I have to move. I have to get going in order to feel better mentally, emotionally.
But could that have something to do with your mental, though? Like, do you feel that by not moving around, not doing something, you're stagnant too? Or you're, like, not progressing, like how you said?
I haven't seen it that way, but yeah, it could be.
I don't know. I read this book, and it got me thinking of all these different things. I'll show it to you later, but it was really good. Except the last chapter where it took a weird turn.
Like,
like, it made sense until we got to the last chapter, and then it started talking. And I'm a believer in, like, the supernatural, but it made sense, and then it's like, but ghosts, and I was like, no,
not the ghosts. Oh man, it's always the ghosts.
So I don't know. I think that's what this year is for me.
I agree. I don't know. I think every year I feel like, oh, this year I'm gonna do better. But I think that's everyone, right? You kind of want to. The want, like the want is there. Yeah.
But sometimes things get you out of whack from the beginning.
Yeah.
You know,
like drinking mezcal, a little too much mezcal.
Marysol said she finished
almost
finished 2 bottles.
No.
A bottle?
No. Yeah, almost a bottle.
Almost a full bottle of mezcal by herself.
Ooh, that was so bad.
We're not related, right?
No. It was so bad. No. It wasn't me, just me, but I feel like I drink most of it. And yeah. I hadn't drank in a long time.
Why do we do that?
I don't know. Like, we take these breaks and then, I like mezcal, though.
I like mezcal. I like tequila more.
I like mezcal more.
Which is why this is called Mental Margarita.
Yes, damn it. That's why we're hydrating for the margaritas later. I'm just kidding.
But, like, we know we're going to feel like shit. And we know that, like, it's not worth it. And we get the same effect with just, like, a few shots, maybe. Why the whole bottle?
I don't know. I think you're just kind of... You're just kind of...
In general, because, like, I do
it's
too.
Like once a year.
Yeah. There's times where I'm like, I just want to be feral. Like, I want to go out and, like, I want to drink. And then I regret it the next day. And then I don't drink forever again. And I'm like, why did I do that?
Yeah, exactly. What
I'm
in that same mentality. I have to. I say I'm not doing it, and then I do it again. Could be the next year, but...
Maybe it's like
I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's bad.
But maybe it's like this podcast.
Once in a while.
Exactly. Like, maybe you just need to get that out of your system.
Yeah, because I really don't drink. I really don't. But when I decide to do, I'm just like, usually I'm in a good setting, you know, comfortable with the people around me, you know.
Yeah. And then you just throw up. But
yeah.
I mean, if I'm thinking about it, like, because I'm obviously trying to tie it to this, but it is like, it's like this podcast, right? You come, you get it out of your system, and you feel better after. Eventually,
let's go.
I did
Do it again.
It's done.
Just kidding.
I had a great time. Now I gotta recover. I gotta get back to life.
Yep. Oh man.
I don't know.
Look at me with my acupressure points.
So
I'm just constantly massaging my hands.
What is this point? Because
you know what? I don't even remember, honestly.
It feels amazing whenever I press it, and I do it now often.
Probably need it.
What is it?
Just like tight muscles, probably. I don't know. I forget what all the points in your hands. I was a massage therapist for a while, that's why. But I don't remember a lot of the acupressure points.
That's why I was asking her now, because she's like a guru.
It just feels good. You probably need it. Just do it. Like, I need a haircut, but I haven't found the right stylist. And I'm like,
I want you. Good hairstylist in the
What's
IE area.
You want to see my hair?
Hit us up. Mental Margarita Podcast on IG.
Who wants to cut this wig off? Cause
Why don't you donate
I
that?
haven't even combed it. Look, it's all matty.
Is it dyed?
No.
Why don't you donate it?
Because I have ganas.
So?
Who wants my ganas?
I'm sorry, but...
I mean, I love
this
ganas.
might be a little insensitive,
I
but
love ganas.
if I was bald, I wouldn't care if you had a gana in your hair.
I love my ganas, but I don't know. I don't know if anyone would want my hair.
That's not up
I
to
just
you
got...
to decide.
What if I give it to them and they're like, "Do some brujeria"? Ah, you see? I never thought of that. Ooh.
But the people you would be giving it to hopefully wouldn't be thinking about brujeria.
They're all, I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not gonna risk it, Grissel.
I don't know. If you tell me no, then I'm gonna believe you because
No,
she's intuitive. Yes.
no, I'm not. No, actually, some pretty crazy stuff has happened in my life, but everyone has crazy. What does that mean?
It's the niño. I had rosca de reyes and
It's the niño.
I have to eat tamales now.
Oh.
Sorry. It's
No, you have to
it's
make tamales
Oh
now.
yeah, I have to make. Well, I'm gonna eat them too.
You're gonna make them. Oh man. I better save me one. Let's see. I don't know. What about you? What have you been thinking about these past couple days?
Mostly it was that. Mostly it was the fires. But there's a lot on my mind. I think that, like you said, this year has to be a year of movement. You know,
Yeah.
and towards goals and towards things that like I've been
You know
wanting
what?
to do.
Like you just said that. I don't know. One time, many moons ago, I went to like what was it called? One of those spring equinox festivals with like the Mexica New Year stuff.
Ooh.
It was like years ago. I didn't even have kids yet. There was this guy there. I don't know. It's an elder. He knew about the Mexica calendar or something like that. And I asked him, like, I was curious, like, oh, what is my birth date? Like, who, because supposedly on your birthday, you're a certain symbol or something like that. I don't know how that works.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, your movement. That's what he said. And he just reminded me of that. That's
Interesting.
It's funny he said that.
This is your year.
It's my year, man.
You have to do it.
You're gonna see me on the stripper pole at the club. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I've been trying to invite you to classes.
I
don't
know.
what the
And you know what? I bought a stripper pole many years
I
ago.
know.
I fell off of
I
it a
remember
couple
you
times. But it was fun.
It was a fun time.
Good times.
Well, maybe it's time to buy it again, girl.
I still have it.
Oh, you do? It's still broken.
It's so broken. You know what? I think I just gotta drill it. Find a good spot where it's not gonna fall. Or invest in a good one, professional one.
Or we could just go to classes
That's true.
where they have them built in already.
Yeah.
Gotta keep
Learn
our
how to
bodies
clap
moving.
my butt cheeks.
That's always a
Good talent.
It's always a good talent to have.
Yeah.
You never know when you're gonna need a good clap.
Might get me out of some trouble. Ever.
Officer. But have you ever seen
Hopefully.
You're a mother now.
How do you
Doesn't
think
matter
I
what
became
you-
a mother?
You gotta do what you gotta do for your children.
That's how I became a mom.
But yeah, I think this year is just about movement, getting towards walking, no matter how slow, towards those goals. We got to just keep treading and not let them slip away. Another year, that's what it is for me. That's my New Year's resolution. Do what I wanted to do. All the goals that I have, start them.
Muy bien. That's what it has to be.
What is this year for you?
Yeah, that's it. Movement. Do more for my community. That's
It's a
what
good
I'm
place
doing.
to start.
But I start with my kids. Get them involved in some sort of community service. That's what I want to do.
Well, if you guys know any more community outreach programs that we can join, feel free to reach out to us. Also, again, our email is mentalmark@yahoo.com. We'd be glad to hear your suggestions. We'd be glad to share them on our podcast and get a little bit more awareness for any kind of community outreach programs like that. But in the meantime, yeah, we hope that you keep listening and that you tune in again next week
All right. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in today.
to Mental.
Margarita.
We hope you join us again soon, and we hope that you don't forget to breathe.